All right. All right, Busia Charlie, welcome to Odadee Insurance and AGM. Welcome everybody. If you can put your video on, let's exchange some greetings before we get down into business. So if you can just put your video on, it's gonna be a very quick fire meeting. So please put your video up and let's exchange some greetings. Obroni, oh ha bompa mine yan share jumade na se minia.
Sure. 1 second. Father, in Jesus' name, we just want to give you thanks. We give you praise for another day to come before your presence. We thank you for life. We thank you for our families. We thank you for divine preservation. Father, we are praying, asking that you lead us, guide us, even as we go ahead with this meeting. We pray that it will be a productive meeting. Continue to keep us safe, preserve our lives. And Father, we ask that you continue to extend your mercy towards us. We give you thanks for all you've done for us over the years. And we thank you for what you're doing and what you're about to do in our lives. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Oh, ranking, Charlie pressure. Moment, we pressure in your moving good videos. Why?
Charlie, the way my ears make hot now. What do they talk? We they my top. Next time I know what their partners in crime. How if you narrow me, they can't they my top. All right, let me pull up the agenda for our AGM. And then we will get started right away. So just give me a few moments while I navigate some shenanigans for you. Just a moment here. Having said that, Charlie, it's good to see all of you. Charlie Belong, welcome the people give we us as I get set up here. I beg.
Charlie, everyone, welcome to our AGM insurance. Is it policy or whatever? So it's good to see everyone. I think at the moment we have just 15 people or so. Hopefully we'll get more people joining. Probably because of the football, a lot of people are sharing their time. But I'm sure it's going to be a quick one so that we can go back and watch the football. Yeah. So Ben, if you're ready, you can roll out the agenda.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to our AGM for 2024, 2025 Odadee Insurance. Thank you all for making it. The agenda is just coming up right now. And as you know, we will start our meeting with a presentation by wonderful financial reviewer. There's a proper name for him. I'm just gonna get the agenda right up here for us. And Belon will go through his document. Okay, I think I'm good to go now. So here we go. This is the agenda that we have. The independent examiners report by Belon. So Belon, I'm going to stop sharing and then you can put in your report at 1:23 p.m. your report will now be presented. So, Belon, when you are ready, take it away and present your report. You can share your document now.
All right. Okay. So I'm sharing the independent examination. It's a statement or report. I think I must apologize that with this year we put in. Normally we do at the beginning of the year, but this year then boys make busy small, so we are now having our AGM. So I'll just go through quickly, and then if you have any questions, you can put the questions to me, and then I'll try my best to answer it. So as Ben said, in fact, this is the fourth policy in terms of we started.
Guys, your mom is texting.
Huh? Oh, okay, sorry. We started this policy in 2001, so we are in the fourth year, which is a great thing. It's the policy. It's with enterprise, and this year hasn't changed in terms of the different types of policies we have. We have the standard, and then we have the standard plus. But in terms of the policy details, hasn't changed much. So if a member passes, we give they get 12,000 Ghana, and then dependents 10,000. That's for the standard, and then for standard plus is 30,000 for the member, and then adults like parents or spouse is 20,000. So this year we had quite a good number compared to last year. In total, we had about 125 members, which is really good. The premium, obviously, because the numbers went up, the total was about 191,000 thereabout Ghana cedis, and this is made up of the standard and the standard plus. Averagely, each person or member for standard was around 1,080 Ghana cedi, and for standard plus, it was 2,200. In fact, out of the 125 members, we paid 5 premiums for the members who were struggling. So this is another policy, that we try to help our own guys to get into this policy. And please, if you know anyone, that's something that we also help. Our reserves also has increased, so we try to keep some money aside. This year, as at I think November, thereabout, we had 34,000 Ghana cedis, and then the dollars, $7,000. This has increased compared to last year, which is a good sign. I'll just quickly go through our claims. So for the period, we had 7 claims, and that we managed to get about 100,000 for the members who lost their loved ones. Thank God we didn't lose any of the members, which is good. So this policy or insurance policy is really good. It's helping a lot of guys who have lost their loved ones to support them when the time comes for them to go through the funeral. So I've also put some sort of figures so that we can look at the past numbers and just compare to where we are. So if you look at 2022, 2023, you could see the numbers in terms of members. The total, we have 113 compared to the 2023-24, we had 119, and then this year we have 125. So there's executives are doing good job promoting to get more people joining the policy. And the more we have more people, I think the more the numbers become great, and then we can also negotiate with enterprise to get some good premium charges coming down. That's my understanding as well. So these are the numbers also based on continents. We have Africa, we have North America, and then we have Europe. So I can see from my graph, we've seen an increase mainly in Ghana numbers, which is great. I think Ghana is the blue. Africa is the blue color, so you could see the numbers going up, and then we have North America, more or less similar numbers. Europe is probably where we have declined in the numbers, so that's something that we will pick up those of us in Europe to encourage more people, to join. The second graph is mainly on how much we've paid in terms of premium. So we started, if you look at 2023, 141, and then we went up, but purely because the numbers are going up as well. So basically, I've looked at all the reports that I requested from the executive, and I'm really happy to say that they've kept very efficient reports, and I'm able to examine their reports, and I'm happy with that. I think all the bank, I had copies of the bank statements and all the contribution people made from even foreign America, Europe, and everything tallies, which I'm happy with. So I would say focus to the executives. They're doing some good thing. It's a lot of time to sacrifice. So well done to the executive, and I bring my report to an end. Thank you.
Charlie, everybody, if you can put your microphone on or your video up, please say a few. Belong, Abi, you finish or you have more to go?
Yeah, I'm done. So if there's any questions or anything, I'm happy to share it. We did post this report on the WhatsApp, I think about a month ago. So I'm sure people have had the time or had the time to review it. So if there's any questions or anything, yeah, I'm happy to answer them.
So once again, welcome to everybody, and Belong, on behalf of the executives, thank you so much for year in, year out. We call on you and you give us your time and your talent, and you put this excellent work together for us, allows us to be transparent and allows us to look very professional. So on behalf of the executive, we are most grateful for your fantastic work. And the rest of you, if I beg, if you open your camera, then show some appreciation to Belong. Charlie, we go appreciate them because you could put in a man up here one punch and we no go fear for that. Or you better
Charlie,
premium name. It's more best to premium make you.
it's the presec spirit, isn't it?
Dr. Do,
Uh,
but
Or
go
that
ahead.
year for life. Or that year for life.
anyone,
Charlie,
Master?
no,
Yeah.
Bilal, make me add. Thanks. I think the good thing is the way you always do the reports, even if someone no go specific, go understand them very well.
Oh,
So
you sure?
thank you for the work you put behind. No, because you see, you simplify it for quote unquote everyone to understand. And for me, the good thing that the only question I was going to ask today was I can see the Africa section is growing. The Europe section is going down. Is it because it's the same people who've relocated to Africa, or maybe we those way we did Europe, we are not being serious in terms of not joining? So that be where we, as you said, we have to work on it. One
Yeah,
thing I really love is
promote it here more. I'm not sure why people are not joining, but yeah, we probably have to promote it more. Yeah.
okay.
So, Belong, you feel stop your sharing. No? Everyone else, Charlie, once again, thank you for joining us. We know it's a busy time and there's some soccer thing going on. I don't know what it is, but apparently some people are distracted by it. But if you look in the chat, you will see that the agenda is in the chat. And so we'll move on to item number 2, the executive's report. Executive report from Vocho and myself. Vocho is on a road trip, and as
I beg, I want to say something small.
I beg, Dr. Do, go ahead.
If like those,
Oh, okay. So then I say some of the PowerPoint charts. If we go, if we take snapshot, then put for the pages, like how the numbers are growing, maybe Africa, and then it will encourage others to join, and then even the premium that we've paid over the years, because some people will never read the whole report. So those snapshots of those things will be good.
yeah, we can do that, but I intentionally make sure it won't be more than 2 pages, so that because I know people are very busy, so you can easily glance through it. But yeah, we can probably just put it some the graph on the WhatsApp, just to for people who are extra busy can just glance through it. So yeah,
Yes,
we'll probably
yes.
yeah. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Do. So we go try and make a lot more of what we do available to people to see. Below there's congratulations also in the chat, acknowledging and appreciating the work that you do for us. Okay, executive report, Charlie. Executives there, we did cool. Oh. We would like some more people to come and join us because many hands make light work. And so we don't say no to anybody. So if you are in the mood to help us, especially on the Ghana front, if you are in the mood to help us and take some of the pressure off the amazing work they do give we, that will be most appreciated. And perhaps at this time, other executives they here, I beg, feel free to chime in. But Derek B is unable to be with us because he has another event, so he's unable to join us. But he has sent us some information that we'll be sharing with you in due course. So the executive report, we are doing well. We are okay. We would like to have some more people come and join us. And so if you've ever thought about what it feels like to help us on the insurance, on the Odadee Insurance, it's a lot of fun, a lot of work, but a lot of fun. So feel free, come and join us, and you'll be glad you did. So that will be for the executive's report. Of course, if you have any questions, please feel free and ask those questions as well. We don't reject any questions at all. All right. On that front, on that note, we will continue with what this policy is all about. Obroni, I see Obroni somewhere here. Obroni, you're on the executive, so Charlie. And indeed, by this time, everybody should know what the policy is about. So, yeah, Otroku, you have been a beneficiary of this policy. Can you speak to what the policy is and how it has helped you? Belong, you they hear me or Koshi Papa no they pretend say no they hear me.
We they hear you loud and clear.
Oh, so Koshi Papa just they pretend say no they hear me.
Oh, I didn't hear you, Ben. I didn't want you. I didn't combine both. I didn't hear you, but my mind is here.
Oh, Brony, what is this policy all about? Please let it go.
Okay, so
so you say make I say what? Okay, make Brony talk first.
Oh, Papa, go ahead, and then I'll go wrap up.
Okay, yeah, the policy. I think it was smooth. Actually, everything went on perfectly. There was no. All I needed to do was submit the death escape to the management team, and then they were able to liaise with the insurance company to release the funds. So I was able to get the funds within, I think, a week or two. So yeah, it was good. It was perfect. I mean, it helped. It helped some way. Let me put it that way. In the long run. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so I better make a summarize. Why the insurance? Well, I'm glad you asked. Previously, I think what was happening was we had people whose parents passed, and then they had like massive support, and then we had another group that they lost a parent and nobody contributed, right? So we wanted to keep an even balance. I thought it was fair. And so we came together and suggested this, insurance initiative, which has been a blessing, like, our brother just said. Now, the reason why the insurance is important is because it doesn't only cover you, it doesn't only cover your wife, it doesn't only cover your parents, but also it serves as an opportunity for you to contribute towards your mate, just in case anything happens. Because we got to a place where things were happening back to back, people's parents were dying, and honestly, there was burnout fatigue, to be honest. And so this has actually helped in such a way, say, if anything happens, everyone who is a part of the, insurance initiative is covered. Like our brother said, the process is really smooth. As soon as something happens, you just submit a death certificate, and within a week or two, they issue your check for you. So personally, to me, I think every one of us should be able to join this. And even those who do not have the money and the funds to contribute, I think we need to help them as we've been doing in the past. All you have to do is just, let us know that you need help and we can support you. And it covers a whole lot. Like I said, not just you, not just your spouse, not just your parents, but all of the 125 people who have signed up. if anything should happen to any of these people, they are going to get something because of what you have contributed, what I have contributed. So let's encourage each other. I think it's a no-brainer. And so let's all get on board and increase the numbers so we can keep this policy going. All right, I'm done.
Okay. Thank you very much, Obroni. So the policy is just it's a way for us to help ourselves out. And very soon, this policy will be covering us and not our parents. So let's just bear that in mind. The policy means that whenever anybody has a bereavement, parents or their spouse or themselves, we stand ready to help you in your time of need. And I am also able to report that we are the biggest group that the insurer covers. And we have a unique policy that no other year group has. In our policy, when your parents cross 70 years, they still get coverage. There's no other policy today which allows coverage for parents. And many of us have been to presentations which offer coverage for parents. And Charlie, the premiums that they quote, so we are really, really lucky and blessed to be able to have this kind of coverage. And who would have thought that nearly 30 years after we graduate, 125 of us are active members of the policy. I just want to go back on a couple of things Belong talk. The membership number is solid. It has grown. And we also are able to cover people who don't have all the money needed for their premiums. So even if you have some of the money, we are able to top up. If you have none of the money, we are able to cover your premium. Of course, terms and conditions apply. So, that is important to bear in mind. Belong, did you speak about how much money we have in our reserve? And could you just touch on it again, please?
Okay, yeah. So on the report, in fact, last year, I have last year's report. We had 9,000 Ghana cities, and then $5,000. That was last year, that 2023, 2024. This year, which is 2024-25, Ghana city is 34,000 thereabout, and then the dollars about 7,000. So there has been, in terms of percentage increase, I think Ghana it's more than even 300%, and then dollars is also, at least we're building some buffer or surplus to be able to help other guys, as Ben said. So yeah, we do have some reserves.
Yeah, we have reposted the agenda for the chat inside. Now, usually I think this year our reserve grew the smallest. And it grew the smallest the dollar reserve grew the smallest for a number of reasons. We asked for a much smaller increase than the previous year. And also, the cedi and the dollar, then the cedi the C top. And we reduced the money. And then also there were a few people who we were expecting to pay in dollars who paid in cedis. And so that's something the board is looking to talk about. And we all know that today, with a click of a button and using an app, we can all make payment in cedis. But the biggest reason why we charge people who are abroad slightly more than we charge people in Ghana is because our Ghana brothers and sisters are able to physically attend funerals. So they incur additional costs. And we the uptown, we don't incur that additional cost. On top of that, our Ghana brothers and sisters also go visit families and do a lot of representation on our behalf, so that those of us abroad, we don't do that. And so these are some of the reasons why the premiums, the amount in foreign currency translates to slightly more than the CDO equivalent. Of course, we also ship the money to Ghana and we incur exchange rate cost. And then finally, the exchange rate does vary. And so we choose an amount which is safe enough so that we don't come back and ask for more money after people have started paying. So these are the four main reasons why your foreign currency amount is often higher than the CD amount. And so we really want those who live abroad predominantly to understand why we ask slightly more of us. And Mercy Dawn, you have your hand up, so please go ahead.
Yes, thank you very much, friend. A quick question. I mean, given the fact that the city, is appreciating, I think the past 2 months or so, what's the implication on the funds that you're holding in the Forex?
So if I get your question, it is about the exchange rate at the moment showing an appreciating or a strengthening city. Yes, that means that come premium time, when it's, so we are just going into June. In July, we will accept new members to join us. In August, we will get a quote for our premium. And then in September, we will pay the premiums. October, we will tidy up those who need help and so on. And then in November, we renew. So around about August and September, we will get the quotes for our premium. And when we do, we will discuss it as an executive. And then we will have the CD and the dollar equivalent all lined up, and pound sterling and euros, all of that. And then we will let you know. But we don't know what the rates, what the premium is going to be, and also we don't know what the rate is going to be. But whatever happens, the aim is to keep it as close to what we paid last year as possible. That is the aim, and so we'll try our best to achieve that. But we also want to improve our reserves, because that is good financial management. That makes good financial sense. And last year, for a number of reasons, we were not able to grow our reserves like we wanted to. So we want to keep the growth of our reserves steady. But we would also acknowledge that we are all at a stage in life where our expenses are a bit tight. So we will bear that in mind. Peace, I hope, Mercy, I hope that answers your question. I also have to apologize for an omission. Our brother, Derek Latte, he works with Morag. He works with Morag, who joined our board after last year's AGM. So my apologies for the omission there. Please forgive me, and thank you, Morag, for your contributions to the work of the board. Okay, so items 1, 2, 3 are done. Item 4 is next, member retention after claims. Vocho, I beg, you did it. So the conversation here is, folks, we want you to...
Yeah, you don't hear me.
Yeah, they hear you. You feel speak to the member retention after 10 years.
Yeah. So, first of all, thank you all for coming. And also a big thank you to the my fellow executives and beyond, Charlie, the work they do be exceptional. The member retention is one area where we are playing. We're keeping a very close eye on because it gets a little bit dicey when somebody has claimed the benefits, and then when the time comes around for them to renew for one reason or the other, people don't renew. And so we, as an executive, are always looking for incentives, or should I say disincentives, to encourage people to, see the benefits of continuing to contribute, even if you have already made, you've already benefited. The plan is that, can you guys hear me? You hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we do.
Loud and clear, please.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. The plan is, so if we look at it from like a 10-year plan going forward, right? We want to be strong, right? Come the next 10 years, where mathematically, about just by numbers alone, a good proportion of our parents will be gone. Right? Most of our parents are in their 80s now, so another 10 years puts them in their 90s, and so just by the numbers, a good proportion will be gone. So looking forward, the goal would be, like Ben said earlier on, this is going to transition into an insurance policy for yourselves, right? And so it would be kind of unfortunate if you have made you've gotten your benefits and then you jump out. We don't think we would be able to easily readmit people after they've gone for 10 years, and then when the policy is transitioning into members alone, coming back, that you guys see that could be a little bit to kind of, I don't know where we go there at that point, but the plan would be to keep contributing and keeping it in mind that we're going to transition this thing into a policy for ourselves and not just our parents. In 10 years, most of our parents will be gone. So when you make claim or where you get your payments, keep that in mind, that your small your contributions you make, number one, is going to transition into a claim for a coverage for ourselves. Number two, our mates, if you contribute, you help our mates, right? Even if if like say you did Standard Plus, where you decide to after you make a claim, you can go down to Standard if that's where you want to be. But just keep that in mind, just to keep the thing fair. Because if you make claim, if everybody drops out, then there'll be no one left in the next 10 years. So I think I'll leave it here for now. I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you very much. I see a message from in our chat from I think it's Kobe Sapon. Kobe, I beg you there. Kobe asked.
Yeah, I did, my boss. I did.
Yeah, so I beg the explanation what you give, you understand them.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, so that'd be why we have reserves. And also if you are somebody who is really good with financial management, and you think you can give us some good investment, which will give us returns better than what we get right now, please get in touch with the executive. I mean, unless you want me to go buy Bitcoin or meme coins, I beg. We will be willing to listen to your financial advice and suggestions on how to invest the several $1,000s where we get. As for the CD, we do the your friends saying we do the treasury bill mainly and then some small interest, but we are more than willing to listen to people who are good with financial management. But yeah, if you want to take the money, go chop lotto, we go talk, say no. But if you have some good investment vehicles and strategies and you want to advise the board, we are more than eager to hear what you have to say. That takes us to item number 5, financial health and long-term planning. And I think we kind of been speaking to that. Investing our funds, we've touched on that. Item A on there. Item B is about upcoming claims. 2 of our members have had bereavements recently. The wonderful Moses Odadee AJ and the amazing Peter Dagadu. Osoden Tonzi, Charlie, our deepest condolences to you at this time. Really, really tough times. And the insurance executives, we are standing by, eager, willing, able to support you. So when you are ready, please get in touch with us and we'll file your claims on your behalf and process it as speedily as we can. So 2 upcoming claims, that be the Osod and Tonzidema claims. So as we begin to get to the end and wrap up, the biggest things here are making sure, say, I beg, the people we day uptown. I mean, if you want to pay in cities, fair enough, but I beg, add the little extra, so say we go continue to build on our reserves. I mean, Ghana people too, they add a little extra to pay the reserves, but to be fair, the uptown people, they add a bit more for the 4 reasons that we stated. The claims this year have been, I think they are on par with last year, which was slightly lower than the year before. And so it be like the prayers, they work. Everybody, they do their fasting too, we thank them. So long live our parents and those we have covered. May they live to be 110 years old. So so we are about the AOB point of this meeting, and even though we didn't start on time, we want to slowly begin to wrap it up. So I beg, the floor is open, all conversations, all comments. Just put your video up, put your camera on, put your mic up, and let it flow. Belong, I see your mic is open. Go ahead.
Oh, well, okay. What I probably would say, we are aware that the city is really appreciating, and we hope it's going to go that way. But then the downside is going to be those of us outside is going to have a drastic in terms of premium. So yeah, I'm sure when we get there, we'll cross this thing, but it's going to be a little bit increase in the premium purely because of the exchange rate. I'm sure we benefited last year when the city was depreciating. Yeah, so that's something we should bear in mind. And maybe that's another reason why we also keep some sort of savings or surplus, so that if the premium is extremely high because of conversion of fluctuation in the currency, then yeah, we do factor that in when we are working out the premium. Yeah.
Yep.
I beg,
You know,
I beg.
those
Can
that
I
they pay
ask,
the.
can I say something?
Oh, NS, Pacho, Traso.
I beg, can we hedge by paying the premium in advance right now, based on the way the CD appreciates?
I beg, you know, if you pay your premium in advance. I mean, look,
No, we'll
anything,
pay the difference.
anything can happen by September. Here's the thing you can do. If your money is ready to pay the premium, you can pay it into our bank account and let Derek B know. And then come September, if we are asking for more money, then we'll come to you for the extra. And if we are not asking for more money, then we'll just leave it as is. So for those people who sometimes struggle with a certain big amount we are asking for, you can pay the premium last year. You can pay that money into our bank account and let Derek B know. I think what he doesn't want is the soppy say every month they pay 20 CD or 30 CD. With all due respect, that would be hard to track. So if you want to pay some good money into the bank account, then pay them into one, and then we go track them, and come premium time, we go left you to your own devices, right? But the rest of you, come premium time, we call out the yearly amount as one in Timpacho. If you want to do some susu, make you do then come September, we ask, then you pay. It's sad, okay? It's sad, but in the last years, there have been people where we talked to them about paying premium, and they were like, Charlie, insurance. And then sadly, the following year, matter happened to them, but then they didn't have coverage. And as you know, they like no contribution, no chop. So if you no contribute the premium where you are hoping now, it be like then they look like you're there on your own. So let's bear that in mind. If you are going to struggle paying the premium, let's start saving the money. So say come premium time, go should that be difficult to give you. So I beg, this is the thinking. Any questions or comments? We are in any other business section of the meeting. We are getting ready to wrap it up, at least this formal part. And I want to thank all of you for coming. The numbers have improved as the time go on. But yeah, this meeting is being recorded. I believe so. And we'll publish it on YouTube as well. Yeah, Vocho, go ahead. Now, Vocho, I saw some meeting.
So if some,
make us a double, and yeah,
I don't know why. I don't know.
So
unfortunately, so if somebody they to say, for the next the next premium, what kind of money should they be targeting? So I think that be some question where you get the back of my mind if I'm trying to contribute ahead of time. What should I be targeting next year?
Okay.
Think about next year money plus.
If you try contribute ahead of time, I would say you pay the same as you paid last year. And if you're hoping that we'll need more, we'll come to you for more. If you're hoping say we're not going to need more, then we'll just say our thank yous to you and leave you alone.
So maybe Baba Vido, will we post
Ronnie, go
the
ahead.
rate from last year? Right, maybe you go repost the rate from last year so people can get a refresh.
Okay. I'll go post down for an attento. I'll post it in the chat here. The chat here. And as we wait for me to do that, any other comments? Charlie Jabo now they didn't know. It's okay. Charlie Akolebin now.
Yeah, I beg. Then the I think the retention after 10 years is clear. But what I wanted to know is that whether when people benefit, at a point we were quite worried that when people benefit, they seem to be slow in joining the next year or something. Is that what is still going on, and what are we able to do about that?
To be honest, that has really dropped. I think Virtual will have the numbers, but almost everybody who claimed last year came back this year. In fact, there are people who have claimed for both parents. There are people who have claimed for both parents who have come back. And we really appreciate that, because, it goes to the point that the premium we they pay, it is your yearly contribution to any yawa it go happen to anybody. It is your yearly contribution. Because prior to the policy, like Obroni talk, in a year, you find yourself paying thousands of cedis. Thousands of cedis. Oh, asemwhere to wait, asemwhere Charlie, bring money. In a year, you pay thousands of cedis. But this policy means that in a year, you pay just that one amount, and regardless of the number of bereavements, you don't have to worry about it. Regardless of the number of bereavements, you don't have to worry. And that is a great thing. So the premium, in effect, the premium is like, Charlie, your yearly money they pay in case of yawa hopping. That's essentially what your premium is. The yearly money you are prepared to lose in case some yawa hopping. And my hope is that people will understand that this is a healthy thing to do, and continue without a lot of we go talk in body matter plenty.
So,
Ben,
get insurance when you don't need it, so that you have it when you need it.
Well said.
Just to add to Ben, just to add to what you said, and Obroni also said. So if, let's say, for instance, you lose both parents, the policy also allows you to add, let's say, an uncle or anyone you want to put on the policy. So even though you've lost your parents, we want you to be part of the policy, and you can still put other people's name on the policy. So
I beg, Belong, make I clarify that one. So if right now, Sabiota Frache, your puppy there mommy no day, and you are joining the policy fresh, you join the policy, you bring your spouse, and you bring equivalent puppy, equivalent mommy. But if you are a member of the policy and your puppy pass and we made a claim and we bring you the money, or your mommy pass and you made a claim and we brought you the money, or unfortunately both of them go and we claim and we brought you the money, you will not be able to replace them, because the insurer has already planned that, okay, we are covering 125 Odadees with 2 pairs of parents. So as they pay for the parents where they go, no, they know that number of parents being covered are shrinking. That be why when a premium, they mostly stay where it is. So to clarify, if you are a brand new member, we will always make sure you have a mom and a dad, even if they are not biologically your papi and your mommy. But if you are a current member and we have already claimed for a parent or both parents, then the coverage just continues for you and your spouse.
Oh, okay. That's a good clarification.
And
Okay.
I beg, I'm
Thanks.
just gonna post the amount we paid last year for the chat inside. So bear with me small. Anyway,
Yeah.
any other
So,
business? K,
thank you so much.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, no, thank you very much. K, go ahead.
Right, on the basis of the explanation you just gave, that if your parents are gone, and may their souls rest in peace, the insurer does do not expect you to replace them. But that same principle, shouldn't the premium come down proportionally?
Then you're mute.
Yeah, so the premium is estimated. So the amount is set based on a dwindling number of parents covered, because they know that parents will go. So it's already been factored in, say, your parents will go, and therefore we are ready to pay. So it has already been factored in, say, okay, this be the amount. And at this amount, we have 2 sets of parents for each of the members, and a spouse and a member who would hopefully live for a lot longer than the parents. So it has already been factored in by the insurance provider. So they know, say, oh, parents will go, we go pay. Parents will go, we go pay. And we are ready for it, and it's okay. So it has already been factored in to the calculations for the premium. And like I said, we are about the only year group. We've had many other people suggest, oh, Charlie, consider this policy, my premium day low. But when we looked at it, that policy, as soon as your puppy chops 70 or your mommy chops 70, they stop getting coverage. We are about, as far as I know, the only policy that your puppy mommy, so long as they joined before they were, I think 80 or 70 is the cutoff point. Once they join finish, they can grow and they will still retain coverage. So that'd be one of the really amazing things about this policy. And I'll put in the chat.
All right, thank you.
The coverage, you are welcome. The coverage, I beg, the KEB, Big Daddy be that.
Nah, Eric.
Oh, okay. Because Big Daddy had the search and they did my top for the chat inside. Dr. Do,
this one be the fake key, not be the original key.
Dr. Do, make Obroni talk there, you go talk. Obroni, go ahead.
Okay. So another benefit with this insurance policy be say, if you have some chronic sickness, there's also an amount that you are entitled to. So depending on what it is, once we submit to the insurance company, you can be covered, in regards to that.
Okay. Dr. Do, go ahead, please.
Yeah. So thank you so much. And then I asked the question about staying on after receiving your benefit, because we have to understand that an insurance policy, as you were trying to explain, it is not only for our benefit, but it's also for our year group, and it goes beyond you as an individual. And I like the way you explained it, because the truth be said, even if sometimes you don't know the person very well, you don't remember the person very well, and they say the person is bereaved, we are all touched and we want to help. And if you know the person is on insurance, you go to sleep really with not feeling guilty, because you know you have already contributed and that person would benefit from your contribution. And so when you still get your claims, please remember that you still have mates who are still moving on. And truth be told, some even can't pay the premium. And so when you continue to do that and you are helping them, it's really good. So I think that should be clear to some of us. Otherwise, everybody will be timing and then say, "Oh, Charlie, my people go already. What are going to be benefit?"
Thank you very much.
Because
thank you very much, Dr. Ado. And we wouldn't pay this low premium and get this benefit, but for our numbers. If there were not 125 of us and there were only 7 of us, we know if we pay to get the money we get. And the test is just right now, go talk to an insurer and say, I want this coverage. How much would you charge in premium? And you run back to us knowing that, Charlie, to get the benefit we get, you are only able to get it because we are in a group. Oh, yes, Kobe, the thing, they cover members, member in spouse, member in Poppy, and member in Mommy. And, so long as you have not made a claim, you feel change them. I mean, we did record this one, so make I be careful how I will talk this. But if, for example, your spouse, he changed, you feel contact me and tell me, say, the person you put on for their spouse, make a change them to another name, and there'll be no questions asked. Also, when it's time to collect the money, you tell us who the money should go to. I mean, if you don't tell us, the money will go to your spouse or your parents. If you don't want the money to go to your spouse or your parents, please let me know. Let us know so that we fulfill your wishes. And everything, absolute confidentiality there inside. So let's bear that in mind. Okay, I want to end the recording part of this, and then boys, we go talk small, and then we'll call it a day. So insurance committee, any executives, any closing?
Can I say something?
Oh yeah, Alex, Charlie Tinkran.
Yeah, Charlie, I joined in very late. I will make part of my main country. I'm my brother. I will beg everybody, everybody who has ever claimed, if at least stay on the insurance thing for a while. What I was doing was initially me family didn't count, but then I was sponsor one person. But then I decided, so fine, people would think, so we're claiming mama, no papa, until you don't want to do it again. So what I was doing was, when I was paying for myself, I sponsor one person who cannot pay. Well, what those said, is very important to keep us afloat, because you'll be lucky at this our age that both your parents are alive. Well, I'm saying yes, say hammer hopper. Why? That's my take.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, I did.
Yeah. I did back one I'm saying that you're rare in say, so will be a claim. You find that woman no pay now. What you claim? Won't be problem and it was spouse. You're still alive. Right? And you're still covered, right? You and your spouse are still covered. If you jump out, that's one thing that Emmy said, we all lose sight. The people who what they do is we no longer come
Cho, it be like they break up small. Dr.
Yeah,
may break you up, and I said, Cho, no break you up.
No, I'm sorry, free honum.
Cho, it be like the person in Wi-Fi, they Tiffany, they cut out.
You hear you hear me?
I hear you, soppy.
Yeah, declare now.
Go bet the watch ball. Don't mind them. If you watch the go.
Okay.
We body.
So
We
what
body.
don't forget and it's also happening. Now maybe you look as the level of coverage for you yourself or your spouse is not for you, so you're deciding about. But that'd be something where we go fit always negotiate, right? Especially like how they talk as we transition into coverage for maybe first into us, like we ourselves, Every year we go the insurance in there and get a quote. You go fit ask for a coverage that is more focused towards members themselves, right? But just by leaving, that means you're leaving that on the table, your own coverage and your spouse's coverage. So that'd be something I think we all need to emphasize. But like we talked earlier on, last year nobody left. Even the people that claimed, nobody left. I think we just had like a year or two wait and the numbers be shaky small. But I think with some explanation, people understand that it makes sense to stay on.
Sure, thank you so much. And Tinkran too, thank you so much. Obroni, thank you. Morag no day, Derek B no day, but this is the executive team. And so we'll end the formal meeting. But perhaps before I end that, make I remind people. Say, last year, unfortunately, we lost